Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the returning, the unbelievable, the outright amazing, the motherfucking Healer Show. Eddie's back from Hawaii. How you doing, sir?
Oh, man, I'm great. But you forgot that with the most dangerous fucking show because you never know what we're going to say. So think twice before turning this shit up loud. I'm saying.
I was going to say this one's going to be a fun one because I haven't spoke to you really for like 2 weeks. Well, a week.
Yeah. Hey, dog, how cool is that though? The same day we come back on the show, like OJ gets out. You know what I'm saying? Like, welcome to America, motherfuckers. Like, I had a good fucking laugh because ESPN fucking covered this shit. All sports media was covering this shit because he used to be a football player. Like, dog, he's an inmate now. He's a convict. He's not a football player anymore. Let it go. That's all I talked about. It's kind of crazy.
It's okay because in the past 24 hours, I've discovered that Usher's got hepatitis. Not hepatitis. He's got herpes. Pardon me. I also discovered that Kevin Hart had cheated on his wife. You know, like what? Come on, guys.
America. On a sadder note, rest in peace, Chester Bennington, lead singer in Linkin Park. That's one of the groups that that I grew up, and I'm sure you did too, listening to them. And we just lost what's his name, Cornell.
Yeah.
We just lost him. Like fucking, they were really good buddies. They were good friends. So I mean, who fucking knows? But yeah, man, I was like, I thought I read it wrong because you always see these hoaxes of people dying and shit, like famous people. And I saw it, I was like, oh, it's another hoax. No, that shit was real. I was like, what the fuck? And he's like a Phoenix native. He's from this city, from where I'm at. He's from here.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's a Phoenix boy. He actually owns a club tattoo down here, over by Arizona State on near Mill Avenue. So it's like, it's just a shitty fucking thing for real.
It is, considering I was saying to you before we started that like a couple of my friends were supposed to see him part of the UK tour that they were doing.
Yeah.
And that all got cancelled, and it's just amazing to kind of see how you never know with people, like even people who are, they have albums out and, you'd believe from the public view that we'd be like, well, these guys are on top of the world, they've got money, they've got a new album, they're touring, they get to perform in front of people that they love, and you never know, man. So this is why, like we say to guys, I know this sounds like a little bit of a downer, but, at the end of the day, please check out Calm. It's the site that we worked with. We raised over £300 for them. They help with obviously discussing with people and kind of giving them an outlet for people who are kind of depressed and in bad situations with themselves. So it's a suicide prevention line. So please check out Calm because, no matter how bad life is, there's always an ear. So, never keep that stuff to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And just like I said, you just coming off the 24-hour Twitch you did, to raise money and stuff. Like, this shit is real. We're not fucking around here. This is legit. When everyone says, if someone says sounds like, or they're talking in a way where it's like, oh fucking this is over, I'm just done with life, and I was like, shit, you hear stuff like that, yeah, haha, funny sometimes, but fucking take it seriously for at least a second. Just think about it. Hey man, I'm here. Sometimes an I'm here or a pat in the back, or just like, hey, maybe you don't want to talk to me, but I know people you could talk to, and the phone number to call them, or any other organization to talk to. Fucking mental health is a real issue that we are ignoring. And it's just not coming to light, right? It's just not becoming a big thing. But we're, as a whole, people are ignoring it, and we need to stop that shit because it's fucking real. I've lost friends to suicide, in the fucking most heartbreaking ways. And, and forget the fact that this is like, a rock star and a famous person. Just your friends, man, or your family member. That's the heartbreaking, part of it. This dude had a family, a wife and kids and everything. You know what I mean? So make sure you tell you talk to your friends, you let them know, hey, you're not alone, dude.
On an additional note to that, we've got to come with the fire now. Like, we've got to come with the fire. And the first thing I think that's the most important thing that we discuss is the fact that Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, the pound for pound best fighter in the world, is headlining UFC 215 versus Ray Borg above Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko, which we're all excited for that fight. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to lie, I would rather have seen her face Joanna, but that's here nor there. But yeah, Mighty Mouse is going to headline UFC 215 against Ray Borg.
Does he deserve it? Yes. He deserves all the acclaim. Is the UFC going to make any money off of this? No. I mean, look, we're just talking proven numbers.
Hey, but that same thing said, though, this is something that I've got to spit the fire on, because this is something that, like, it kind of falls in perfectly with the tweet that I put out earlier today. Because at the end of the day, one thing that I did notice, the numbers apparently have come out for Bellator NYC.
Huh, what? Tell me. I'm dying to know.
Apparently, 90,000 buys.
Bullshit.
90,000 buys.
Bullshit. All the bullshit. All the bullshit. There's no way they got that much. You know how many streamers were out there?
Hey, I thought that they'd at least get 200,000 or 300,000. I thought at least with
no.
With all the stars.
That's my point. That's my point. You can't fool us anymore, motherfuckers. You can't. We watched Tito versus fucking versus Chael Sonnen. We watched Tito versus Stephen fucking Bonner. We're not retarded. We're not falling for the same trick 3 times. You're an asshole if you fall for the same trick 3 fucking times. All right, God damn it, man. What the fuck? So now you got Mighty Mouse in a headlining fight. Look, I love Ray Borg. He missed weight last time, I believe, but I love Ray Borg. Okay, I think he missed weight, right? Ray Borg.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking somebody else. I know he's lost weight at least one, or he missed weight at least one time. I'd have preferred the TJ fight if it was going to be a headliner. And I kept saying it. You're going to put Mighty Mouse against Ray Borg? Great. Co-main to a John Jones DC or to Max Holloway. I think it's Frankie Eagles is the talk at the time right now. Or, I wouldn't do it to Tyron Woodley versus Damian Maia, because as much as you and I love Damian Maia, that's not going to be a great headliner either, right? You want to put Demetrius Johnson in there as like
co-main.
It's like, yeah, it's a co-main, right? But it's like a Twinkie. Like, you ever had Twinkies? I know you had Twinkies in the UK. Right?
I've had one, but
I'm saying they're not the best thing for you. Don't eat them. But like, the main event has to be the cream to the covering that is the co-main.
It has to be the icing, bro.
It has to be the icing on the cake, or whatever you want to put it, right? It has to be the icing on the cake. It's the main. So that being said, Dana White is doing 2 things with this one. One, keeping his promise to not put Nunes as a headliner. That's he's sticking to that, at least for this one, right? And 2, he's calling Mighty Mouse's bluff.
Do you think this is the biggest power play that the UFC has done in recent history? Because with that same thing said, by doing so, no hardcore fan can actually, quote unquote hardcore fan, no hardcore fan can complain, because one is keeping his word by not putting Amanda Nunes as headliner. But additional to that, what he's also doing is he's making sure that the hardcore fans have Demetrius as the headliner, so nobody can complain that he's not the headliner of a pay-per-view.
Not only that, when the numbers come back and and let's say they don't, more than likely they won't reach even normal numbers, he's going to go, this is why you're not a main event. What do you want to do? He'll hold up that piece of paper. This is why you're not a main event, dude. What do you want me to do? I'm not fucking with you, Mighty Mouse. Like, yeah, exactly. You're fucking with you. No, but I'm not fucking with you, dude. Like, and then of course everyone's, and I'm one of the people that I don't think the UFC is promoting him correctly, right? Even right now. I mean, you know what was the most brilliant move that Demetrius Johnson did was, I think it was like last week or something. I missed it. I was out of town. Was him and Max Holloway on Twitch, together. That was legit as fuck. I don't know the numbers. I heard it was actually a pretty cool show, whatever. But him and Max Holloway, that is marketing right there. If UFC ran with that shit, UFC makes a call to Twitch and be like, hey, look, let's make a deal. Let's make some work, right? Let's make some numbers here and shit. Let's put our flyweight and our featherweight champions in a tournament for UFC 2, whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Yeah. That'd be big.
I agree.
UFC just doesn't want to do it. I don't know why.
Xavier Woods from WWE, he's going to every big, huge tournament. Everywhere. He's every big Comic-Con. I know, obviously, I'm not saying Demetrius wants to go to Comic-Con, right, but I'm just saying that he's going to Comic-Cons. He's going to E3s. He's going to all these massive events. And, you think to yourself, that's perfect. That's marketing genius. He has his own YouTube channel. He likes playing video games and stuff like that. Entice the people who are into that, who are willing to spend, 60, 70 pounds up to 120, 30 pounds on a video game.
Yep.
So they're going to be willing to pay for somebody who they relate to watching them fight. 100%.
Yeah, and look again, this is Dana White going, all right, Demetrius, All right, here you go, man. Main event. There you go. Not the balls in Demetrius' court, really, right? As far as Nunes Shevchenko goes, those are the two fights, and the Ngannou JDS fight, I believe, is on that card as well, right?
Say that again, sorry.
Ngannou versus JDS is on that card.
I haven't seen that, but I'm going to go that you're right, but I haven't seen that.
I'll pull it up right now, but look, I don't know. I think you put both of these fights. Okay, my opinion, even at 213, I still don't think Shevchenko Nunes is the main event. I think it's a co-main event too. I think both of these fights are co-mains.
You have to be respectful for that title's history, though. I think you have to, and this is maybe I'm just being old school.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, I think that if every champion before that has headline pay-per-views, you can't take that away from them, because every one of them before that has been a main event. That bantamweight title has been a main event title, and sometimes titles take a step back because they can't hold that spot, but then some earn their way to get back into it. Like, you can look at, say, for example, look at the 185 belt. Look at the 155 belt. There's been moments where these belts, the 145 belt, there's been moments where these belts have not been headline belts anymore. They're just not. They've had moments where the divisions need a resurgence of new talent to make it a better division. Like, we can look at multiple divisions and go, that division's a bit stale. Like, let's be honest and be completely truthful now, right? If John Jones hadn't been returning as soon as he is, and I know he's been out for a while, but if Rumble wasn't in that division, say if DC had already retired and John Jones just went, you know what, fuck this noise, I can't even be bothered with this, I'm not going to do it, I'm stepping out. I can argue I'm the greatest of all time and nobody ever beat me. If you took those three names out, that 205 division, no matter who the champion was, whether it be Gustafsson, whether it be Jimmy Manuwa, never would one of them headline a UFC pay-per-view.
100%. 100%. 100%. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. The heavyweight division's in that spot, not in that spot right now, all right? But it's in the balance right there, right? Depending on what happens. Yeah, it's always on the line there. It needs a John Jones. It needs a healthy Cain Velasquez. It needs a Francis Ngannou to be just out of nowhere monster and become the biggest name. Look, Francis Ngannou, for just real quick on that, and if he wins the title, he has potential to be the face of the UFC, like the face, right? Big scary dude. I don't know. I think he cut his hair, but used to have hair like freaking the Predator from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. He had hair like that. I think it's his fucking nickname. He's a scary dude. He's big as shit. He hits hard, right? And the submission game it's not what we want it to be out of a heavy. Well, obviously, he's a heavyweight, so we don't really want submission.
He's learning.
But he's getting there. He's getting there, right? So I think he has that thing. But I just pulled up the card right here. So let's talk about the card real quick. Most of the fights, Ashley Evans Smith against Sarah Moras, who hasn't fought in fucking 30 years, whatever. Yeah. Sarah McMahon against Ketlin Vieira, cool. Latifi's on this card against Tyson Pedro, which actually is going to be a legit fight. Don't fucking get twisted. These fuckers get hit. All right. Cejudo against Wilson Heiss. Henry Cejudo against Wilson Heiss. Okay. And that's probably going to be like the first fight on the main card. Yeah. The next fight up is actually, to me, is fire because I'm a big Gilbert Melendez fan.
Right. Okay.
But Jeremy Stephens against Gilbert Melendez. Two fighters that give no fucks.
I know. I'm not mad at that.
I'm fucking pumped for that fight. Like, please, both guys can make it there healthy. Then you got this JDS against Ngannou, and then Nunes Shevchenko and Johnson Board. I'm assuming Sarah McMahon has been told, if Nunes don't make weight, motherfucker, you better be ready to step in this shit last second.
Yeah.
But what else would you give her?
Looking at that card, it's a pretty good card, dude.
It's not. Here's the thing. It's a solid card, all right? But look, the UFC's not trying to buy us. You and I are gonna watch. If fucking if it was Demetrius Johnson against 10 midgets, I think more people would watch. But if it was Demetrius Johnson against 10 midgets, you and I would still watch. You know what I mean? We just would. So this is they're always trying to get the money from the casuals, right? This card's not going to do it. It's just not. Well,
do you believe that instead of using money to market this in, your average kind of, way that they do, like in America with the Fox Sports, et cetera, do you think their better goal would be to invest their money into using it in advertisement for YouTube. So like and into Twitch. So when they place adverts during certain games, you're seeing Demetrius Johnson's, YouTube's Twitch sensation and pound for pound best fighter in the UFC, Demetrius Johnson, fights this weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like, just make some kind of, marketing ploy where, you use it and you do it, and you're going to try and obtain the people who are going to be willing to watch you and advertise it on Twitch and YouTube during gaming episodes and whatnot, or just in general during people watching and playing on Twitch and YouTube, because that's your audience for him. As far as like for him, you can advertise as much as you want on Fox, but just do a little bit less on Fox Sports and aim for the target audience of his audience.
Now, I don't know about you, but I watched at least because I'm at work. I watch YouTube videos when I'm working, or listen to YouTube stuff on whatever. I watched at least 20 videos today, and all of them had ads. You know what I mean? The Twitch stuff, you and I use Twitch regularly, and it's the ads there all the time, right? I think the problem, in my opinion, I'm not in-house. I don't know exactly how they do it, but what it looks like from the outside to me is the UFC uses a formula to advertise their events, right?
This is WME, though. This isn't UFC. Like, this isn't what we know.
Oh, right. But here's what I'm saying. Like, they need more creative. You're talking about a more creative type of advertising, which I totally support. Because no, they're not doing Twitch shit right now. They're not doing YouTube shit right now.
That's the way forward for WME, because they're not. They aren't. They don't. How can I put it? Like, they're into that. They're into TV advertisements and movie advertisements.
Yeah.
They don't do sports. So why? I don't understand why they'd go, you know what? We're not going to stick to the regular sports format when it comes to the fights, but we're going to stick to it the way when it comes to advertising. Why not go different with the advertising?
Right, and just like you said, they're an entertainment entity. Their job is to promote entertainment. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, man. But I'm with you, dude. Fucking, less money on the TV, especially Fox Sports 1. Look, as much as they want to be like, oh, Fox Sports 1 is huge, everybody watches it. Let me tell you, not many people watch Fox Sports 1. You know what I mean? They just don't. I don't believe that all the number people are saying are like, oh, it's got the most numbers. Most of that's coming because they cover baseball now, because they have baseball games on there. You gotta, people got to tune in to watch boring-ass baseball somewhere. You know what I mean? They're not going to go online and find a stream to watch that boring-ass game. You know what I'm saying?
You was talking about WME, and this is something that I wanted to speak to you about, because I'm going to kind of hazard a guess that I know what you're going to say to this. But with WME, everybody complains that they're about entertainment. Everybody complains that they're, a circus, and they do stupid fights and this, that, and the other. But yet everybody has been clamoring over Snoop Dogg's commentary for the Dana White Contender Series. Now, I don't mind his commentary. I think there's moments where he's funny. But I think there's moments where I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like that annoying drunk friend that you have that, like, when he's talking about certain things, like, he's actually kind of funny. But then when you're with him for 7 days in a row, you're like, can you please just shut the fuck up? Like, when he's kicking off saying, oh, Ray, naked Joe, naked Joe. And I'm like, bro. And then he gets out of the Ray naked joke, and I'm like, well, that whole fucking bit didn't work.
Here's the thing. You're not watching Snoop Dogg for anything serious. I watched it. I watched it using Snoopcast. Yeah. I fucking loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome. Okay? Think about it. Like, fuck your ad favorite. He was awkward at best. All right? Your ad favorite talking is awkward because you can always see it in his eyes. He's like, do I sound stupid? It's literally what he's thinking the entire time. Snoop Dogg's like, fuck it. I'm hot. I don't give a fuck. He probably throw out an I'm not surprised motherfucker at some point. Even though there's no Diaz anywhere in sight, he'll do that. Why? Because it's funny as fuck. Yeah, but mind you, that's
my question is do you think it's right that the fans kick off about this whole circusry and they always complain about the entertainment aspect of it and that it's bullshit, that it's not a legitimate sport, but then we have Snoop Dogg getting high as shit doing commentary?
We're hypocrites, but hey, people are hypocrites by nature, dude.
Yeah, I get that, but the thing is, though, don't you think it's like weird that these same people are criticizing, but then they're feeding the machine?
Exactly. No, you're right. It's hilarious, right? And if you bring it up to one of them, they'll deny it and deny it and deny it and deny it. And then they're going to be like, oh, shit, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I fully knew it. I was like, look, here's the thing. It's like when you're on a roller coaster, right? and the ride's going, if you're one of those people that doesn't like roller coasters and you're screaming, let me out, guess what? That's just not fucking happening. You're already going down fucking hill at who knows how fast, going into your first loop to loop and shit, right? So we're already on this ride. Fucking fuck it. Is it a circus? Yes, call it what it is. All right? But don't bullshit that you're not going to watch it because it is a circus, because you are going to watch it and you're going to enjoy it. Don't fucking lie. All right? That's the first thing I said. That's the first thing I said about McGregor Mayweather. It's a circus, but I'm going to watch it.
100%. You'd be an idiot not to watch it. Do you know what I mean? Because why would you not want to watch something that's entertaining? People are like, I don't want to watch it because it's not real sports. It's just entertainment. It's like, yeah, that's the point. It's entertainment.
Those are the people that are going to go, those are the people that are going to be on Twitter, silent, and then, oh shit, I can't believe that happened, blah, blah. Hey, I thought you weren't watching. Bro, yeah. I'm just saying. I tuned in, whatever, man. Like, those fuckers. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's we're already on this ride, man. Fucking enjoy it. Fuck it. That being said, they were smart to make Snoopcast an option and not mandatory, because I got sick of some of his shit too. You know what I mean? So I switched back to the regular, and I was like, all right, let's sit here for like 10 minutes. We'll go back to Snoopcast in a little bit, see if he got a little higher, and see what he says now.
I like, I'm not trying to hate on Snoopcast because I enjoy it. But the point was, though, is when I think as well, the thing is because it's so late at night for me, it's not too late for me with being UK time, but it's still quite late. And like, I'm listening and I'm like, when he's like there and he's like, naked, and I'm like, you're the most annoying person in the entire planet right now. Yeah. Like, I just want to hear you. I just want to hear commentary. And I know I could switch. And I know. But the point being is it's like, it's there and it's annoying because it's like, at one point I'm enjoying it. And then there's another point where I'm just like, please just stop. Stop. Just stop talking. Just stop doing it to me. I can't deal with you anymore. For the people who are in the chat as well, let us know what you think as well. Also, don't forget, if you're new, to subscribe to the channel. Help us get that URL so we can get that custom one. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And like I say, just let us know what you think of the Snoop commentary in the chat.
You're gonna get a bunch of people saying, "Look, man, in order to fully really enjoy it, you got to get high as fuck." I agree.
I'm not mad at that. I know. But yeah, I don't know. It just amuses me because with all the same thing said, we're gonna. Oh God, it feels like we're going down the real circus rabbit hole right now. Because I don't know if you've been able to see it, because I know that you went off the grid when you were in Hawaii.
Mostly off the grid, but yes,
for sure. But did you see that potentially Cyborg has been trying to kind of flirt with the idea of competing, I use that term loosely, but in the WWE for SummerSlam?
What?
She's been,
hey, don't you have to be able to speak in a microphone, stupid? What the fuck? Oh my God. I thought, look, I haven't watched it in a while, but to be a pro wrestler, don't you have to have, I don't know, charisma? Look, I'm not shitting on Cyborg because Cyborg fans lose their minds anyway. But I'm explaining to you guys.
Nation, bitch.
I already got that already. Goddamn. Anyway, but it's not it's not indicative of her as a person or as a fighter. Okay, but she also came out and said, what did she say? She's blaming, she finally got the fight she wanted. She's got a fight. She's still bitching. Still fucking bitching. Like, dude, fight, win your fight, and then get that mic time and call the UFC out. At least make some money and make some smart moves with what you're gonna say. But she wants to go. I mean, who are you gonna throw in there with?
Well, this is the thing. This is already on there. This has already been started because I don't know where this stemmed from. So a part of me actually believes that this may happen, and I mean this because I don't know if you're familiar with Becky Lynch, the Irish girl.
I will be Googling in a second. Go ahead.
You'll know who she is because she dates I can't remember his name, but she dates one of the UFC fighters. She was in in the audience when he was fighting and he lost. I think he had like a white guy with braids and he had tattoos. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he lost, and this was a few months ago. But Becky Lynch was at the show when this happened. And Becky Lynch is Irish born and bred. She's not American Irish or anything like that.
Okay. Oh, here's a picture. This is Sanders. Luke Sanders.
There we go.
Let me make sure. Yeah, Luke Sanders. Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, so I don't know where it started, but I know that she said something to Becky Lynch, or Becky Lynch had said something about MMA or boxing or whatever, and Chris Cyborg jumped on it, and now she's campaigning to be at SummerSlam and potentially, quote unquote, competing in the WWE.
Hey, look, you know what? When you put it that way, let Cyborg go make some money. Fuck it. Maybe she'll get tired of fighting and leave us the fuck alone for a little bit. Look, I'm sick of hearing her fucking yap. Like, you got your fight, dude. You got what you wanted. Cut the shit. But look, man. I don't. In all seriousness, look.
Kick it to the curb, bro. Kick it to the curb.
Yeah, right. In all seriousness, if she legit this is an actual possibility for her, fucking do it. Ronda Rousey went. She probably didn't get paid, but she was there. She got to hip toss. What the fuck's his face?
I think you'd be surprised. to quote Brendan Schaub, I think you'd be surprised if you think Ronda Rousey didn't make any money.
I don't know. Maybe she did. I guess. Well, I mean, it makes sense that she would, right? Anyway, so, but for Cyborg, what do wrestling fans know Cyborg?
Nope.
So how's that gonna? That's not gonna happen. Don't they have to know you in order to fucking throw you on there a little bit?
Well, in fairness, not many people knew who Lonzo Ball was, but they sent him and his whole family over to WWE.
Oh, they knew who his dad was. They know who his dad is. Of course, they fucking. That's why that worked. Yeah. No. But I mean, like they knew he was all over ESPN. He had a bunch of drama. A bunch of fucking drama.
WWE fans wouldn't have known who he was.
Oh, yeah, I agree. You'd have to fucking I think for me the only reason that worked is because every network picked up on that whole thing that happened with him and Christine Leahy, and where he told this chick to stay in your lane. Yeah, and everyone thought he was attacking her. I mean, the controversy was enough for the WWE to be like, yeah, that guy, bring him on, he can talk, bring him on, right? So, but Cyborg don't have that.
Nope.
Cyborg, look, yeah. To her credit, her English has come a long way. But I watched that fucking but not fighting the kid, the Big Brown Breakdown, where they had her and her fucking annoying ass boyfriend on there, right? And I could understand her somewhat at best. I don't watch Cyborg for her talking ever. Don't want to hear it. In fact, if you shut the fuck up, I'd be happy as shit. I watch her to go fight somebody. That's why I like watching Cyborg. And people give me shit because you're not a Cyborg fan. No, I'm a Cyborg fan of her fighting. I hate her talking because she never says anything. She says zero. She says zero anything with any kind of fucking substance whatsoever. It's always like complaining. Hey, you got what you want. Okay, thank you. Complaining, like over and over again. You know what I mean? To me, that's just what it is. I'm tired of her shit talk for real. But and also, her Twitter is not controlled by her, and you can fucking tell. Please believe that shit. But yeah, dude, I don't know. They look, put her on WWE. What's the worst that could happen? She gets injured? Yeah, that'd be the worst that could happen, actually.
Yeah, it really would. Because imagine she ended up like fucking breaking her arm or something. She's out.
Can you imagine? What's her name again? The Irish girl?
Becky Lynch. Okay,
can you imagine this Becky Lynch chick accidentally landing like a right hand and knocking Cyborg out?
Well, no. The worst thing is though, is Becky Lynch's finisher is is in a sense it's an armbar.
Can you imagine Becky Lynch finishing an armbar and snapping her shit by accident?
What she does is just to kind of describe basically it's called the disarmer, and what she does is but basically what she does is like when somebody goes belly down when you have an armbar.
Yeah.
What she does is instead of having both feet underneath the like one underneath the chest, like one across the chest, one across like the neck. What she does is she takes the one from under the neck and she actually like posts on that foot. So she's actually stood on one foot, she's down on one knee underneath their chest, and then she pulls the leg between her legs and kind of like she's kneeling. Do you know what I'm saying? And
I imagine it. That's kind of. I'm gonna have to YouTube that in a second, bro.
The disarmer. So it would never work because you could roll through. But the point being is,
Cyborg would be like, "Yeah, I've seen this movie. Out."
That's the worst thing in the world, though, because I've watched it in. There was another guy, I can't remember his name was, but he used to use a knee bar as his finisher. But basically, essentially, all it was him hugging their leg, and he would figure four the thigh. And I was looking, I was like, that it's not doing anything.
Even Brock Lesnar, who uses a Kimura at some point, right? I've seen him use a Kimura at a I don't know, it was WrestleMania, one of these.
Yeah,
but
Triple H.
the Kimura. Yeah. So So I looked it up on YouTube, right? Brock Lesnar doing Kimuras in WWE, and there was a couple where you're looking at it like, there's nothing going on there. Like, he's fine. Like, seriously, anybody that knows what they're watching is like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Not to mention, if you get caught in a standing Kimura, you're kind of a fucking moron. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but the
Very
thing
few
is, though,
people.
well, you've got to take into account, though, as well, when he does it, he goes into full guard and gets the Kimura. But you've also got to take into account, though, when he's doing that to the size of the guys that he's doing that to, and they're playing up the theatrics, you kind of go, fair enough, yeah. But if, like, I'm looking at two people who are the same size, and I'm looking and I'm like, I could get out of that. If Brock Lesnar had a hold of my arm, and it was behind my back, and he had his legs wrapped around my waist, I genuinely could not get out of that even if I fucking wanted to. No matter what. For sure. He's not going to. There's just no way.
Well, are you telling me he jumps, he pulls guard?
He pulls guard.
Oh, you're a guard puller, Brock. God damn it. No. You're too big. Fuck that. Division I wrestler, All-American, all the national champ, whatever the fuck else he was, and he pulls guard, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you're going to take into account as well that he uses...
God damn it, Brock. At least get taken down.
He does German suplexes.
At least get taken down. You don't pull guard. What the fuck?
Oh, Christ. The best thing about this entire podcast is Eddie kicking off that Brock Lesnar pulls guard in wrestling.
Still, dude, you're making us look bad, Brock. God damn it. I'm a heavyweight too. Maybe not his size, but what the fuck? I fight heavyweight. I don't pull guard. I've never had a heavyweight pull guard on me either.
Bro, what the fuck? You comparing yourself to fucking Brock Lesnar as far as...
I'm not comparing.
No, I'm talking about weight. Whoa. I'm talking about weight.
What?
I'm saying you're a heavyweight. Well, Brock's a super heavyweight.
No, I agree. Even more of a reason. No. Even more of a reason why it's embarrassing he pulls guard. Even more embarrassing, sir. I don't hear that shit.
I've ever seen you this angry ever.
No, it's bullshit. Well, why are you pulling guard, dude? Fucking heck. Okay, I get it. It's scripted fight or scripted theater. I get it. Whatever. But come on, dude.
Talking to Brock.
I heard. Go ahead. I heard.
I don't know if this person. There was somebody. I'm not going to name him. I'm not going to give him clout or anything like that. There was somebody who tweeted an insider.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know. See, for me, insiders are kind of like in a way, they're kind of like the professional hardcore fan. Like they know something that we don't know. It's like, all right, okay. Yeah. But this certain insider, and apparently this was backed up by a pro wrestling news outlet as well, though. So I'll hold judgment until things develop, because they claim that this said person that Brock Lesnar was to drop his title that he has SummerSlam, which makes sense, and he could potentially be fighting in the UFC for their Madison Square Garden card, which is in November. Which would make a lot of sense. It gives them about 2.5, 3 months to prepare. Now Nowitzki, aka the Golden Snitch, said that USADA have not got him in the testing pool. This insider said that he was in the testing pool. Now, the thing is, for me, I understand that Nowitzki said that he's not in the testing pool. But the key thing is, though, is he just not in the testing pool yet? Or is it he's done a test and he's just not in it yet?
I mean, time out. Don't they have an exemption they can use for this dude?
Not this time.
No?
No, that's why they've had to change the rules for GSP. When GSP was supposed to come back and he was supposed to fight like months ago?
Yeah.
This is the reason why they're making people do it longer now. They're making them do a set amount of time. So they're not allowed to compete until they've been in the testing pool for so long.
First of all, if Brock Lesnar comes back, the UFC should thank him a lot. They should do whatever he wants. Why? Because that's eyeballs on a Madison Square Garden card. That guy's a draw.
I know, right? But can we really excuse him using more steroids than Overeem?
Oh, fuck no. No. I get that. You know what I mean? But I mean, if he comes back as a draw, they're gonna bring him back if they can. First of all, second of all, I don't put anything past the UFC going. Oh yeah, he's been in the pool for enough time, right? They've been in here
4 minutes.
4 minutes. It's enough time. We're right. Put him in there. Put him in. Right. That being said, like to me, it sounds like he's keeping his options open. You know what I mean?
He's definitely going to play them for a new contract.
Because look, what is for example, talking about basketball, what is LeBron James doing right now? I'm disappointed in what the Cavaliers are doing. It's been a frustrating offseason. By the way, you motherfuckers, I'm a free agent next year. That's what he's doing. That's what Brock Lesnar's doing. I think he's doing it to the WWE, not the other way around. I think is his contract up anytime soon?
I think his contract's up at WrestleMania, which would be April.
April, right? It's like every April. Yeah. Okay. There you go. WWE
so probably have maybe 3 or maybe 4 more appearances for WWE.
Right. WWE, pay up, or I can go fight and make millions of dollars there too. I don't need you guys.
He will make more money off of one fight than he will make an entire year working for WWE.
Exactly. So Vince McMahon got the message at this point, right? So I don't really care if he's in or not. I don't really care to watch Brock Lesnar fight unless he's going to fight somebody that isn't at a massive disadvantage against him.
Francis Ngannou against Brock Lesnar at Madison Square Garden.
Wait, who?
Francis Ngannou. Let's do it.
First of all, I suggested that, and people went at me about that. Okay, because I tweeted out, I was like, Brock Lesnar coming back. Fuck it, Francis Ngannou. And so people were like, yeah, fuck yeah. Most people were like, no, Francis Ngannou's like fucking weakness is wrestling. So was Mark Hunt, and it's not nobody, none of you bitch when Mark Hunt got in there and got mauled by a roid head. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Don't be fucking dick. Like, hell, put him in there in the rematch against Kane if he's healthy. I know they're talking Stipe versus Kane for 216, I think, but
that's so stupid to me. I think that Kane doesn't deserve a title shot. I'm being honest.
100%. No. I don't disagree with you whatsoever. Do not disagree with you whatsoever. That being said, I think maybe the UFC thinks that's more promotable than Verdum or who's the other one? Or Overeem.
Yeah.
Or who's the other one? That one.
No. It's going to be either. It's either going to be Alistair or it's going to be the winner of this fight.
Of JDS.
Yeah. That's the only fight that makes sense.
And I agree. All right. But I think that they'd rather bring in you can promote the former 2-time heavyweight champion is returning, to reclaim what's his. You can fucking promote the shit out of that. People will buy that storyline. Think about it. The longer we go with WME, the longer this shit's turning into WWE. You need storylines with this shit.
Do you think that Kane versus Brock would be more marketable though? Because the returning beast to fight against Kane, the guy who put him out of UFC and take his title off of him, etc., etc. Do you think that'd be the play instead?
I think if let's say Ngannou beats JDS and they go, we're throwing Ngannou in there. I think Brock Lesnar
may be better.
I think Ngannou versus Kane versus like Lesnar as a co-main in that card would be fucking genius and fire. You don't lose either way. All right, you can get Ngannou. Look, the win-win-win out of the whole thing right there is Ngannou beating Steve and being champion, and Brock Lesnar beating Kane and fighting Ngannou for the title. Can you imagine Brock Lesnar comes back, becomes a 2-time heavyweight champion, or Ngannou comes in, kills the old king, and then you throw Kane in there after that, kills that king maybe. You know what I mean? Look. The more we're talking with WME, the longer with WME, the more it's turning into WWE. So you got to start thinking storylines that are fucking promotable. Is it sad? Yes. Is it sports? Half.
Yeah, but
is
are
it
we
fucking
really
needed?
mad about that? Are we really mad if they went with? Yeah, and I know I hate to kind of go with the storyline and the esque of it, but would it be that bad if that was to happen in the heavyweight division? Like, would we be mad if we could promote this and it'd actually be exciting for once? Do you know what I mean? Like these little subplots of can Kane return, reclaim his dominance in the division? Can Brock come back and rewind the years? Can Francis Ngannou evolve quick enough to prevent these beasts? I know you're going to look at me like, but what if Francis Ngannou could be the Conor McGregor of this division? And what if he could be the one where, you know, all these wrestlers that he's been told that he can't beat, and all these grapplers, and then he starches them all?
Dude, first of all, Ngannou being champion, the heavyweight champion, will be awesome for the UFC. Just his look alone and how terrifying he is as a freaking fighter, that alone would be great. You know what I mean? When King was champion, yeah, you had the Latino audience for a bit here and there, right? The fact that he can't speak Spanish for the shit is awful, but you know,
is that worse than Brock Lesnar? Not like, you know, being a top guy, like he's been a bit of a guard puller. Which one's worse?
Dude, you're testing me, man.
Yeah.
I'm leaning slightly towards Brock being a guard puller.
I'm leaning more. I'm leaning more between a Mexican not being able to speak Spanish, motherfucker. That's what I'm going with.
That's when you start going. No. He was born in L.A. or Yuma or something like that.
No,
he was born in Mexico.
His parents were Mexican.
Yeah, but he was born in America. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm fucking with you, dude. Here's the thing. Like whenever, like, you know, they were like the first Mexican, you know, heavyweight champion. People were like, oh no, he's American. He's from America. Call it what it is. Yeah, okay, fuck you. Like, you know, like that's basically what everyone did. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Mexican American. This is what it is, right? Mexican heritage. Still Mexican. Stop hating, fucking with your bullshit, like, you know, rah-rah American stuff, right? Settle down with your stuff. All right. The guy can be whatever he wants. Apparently now you can identify as a balloon if you're gender fluid and shit. It's all craziness, right? So you can do whatever you want. Call yourself whatever you want. That being said, Ngannou in there as champion would be fucking fire. Brock Lesnar getting in there against him, even more fire. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Because USADA is not going to allow that dude to get in there like that. Fuck that shit. If you don't think Brock Lesnar's on steroids right now, you're out of your mind.
Oh, 100% he's on steroids right now. We know this for a fact. Like, there's not even a question.
Yeah. It's yeah, whatever, man. Fucking, what was the other fucking fight I was thinking about? I was just going to fucking mention something. I can't remember it.
Is it to do with potential fight, or is it that it's going to happen, or what? Oh, by the way,
no. What? Oh, okay. I was gonna compare Ngannou and the rest of the, you know, former champions in heavyweight to Max Holloway and, let's say, Jose Aldo.
Okay.
All right. New blood, young blood gets in there, starts as a former champion. Like, boom, bitch, I'm the new king. What's up? Ngannou has the potential to do the same thing. I mean, especially against a guy as fucking tough as JDS. I know we saw JDS get knocked the fuck out real bad, and it was sad to see. We all shed a tear, man, because we love JDS, right?
Exactly. He's a guy. He's a lad.
He's fucking awesome. He's one of the guys where he's a fucking big dude that could fight, but you would have a beer with him any day. Like, he's just a really nice dude, right? That being said, like, he goes in there. Like, I don't expect very much from JDS in this fight. I really don't. I'm kind of nervous for him, to be honest with you, because Ngannou hits like a truck.
He's a scary guy. Let's not lie.
Yeah. So let's just say Ngannou wins this fight, goes in there, gets to fight Stipe. I like Stipe slightly. You know what I mean?
Stipe's got a better advantage just because you've got to take into account Stipe can box as well as wrestle.
Yeah, Stipe. Yeah, people. I don't know why people fuck underestimate Stipe all the time. It's like they don't like him because he's not a fucking shit talker and everything. You know what I enjoy? I enjoy Stipe walking out to that fucking Machine Gun Kelly song that, you know, for the land till I die, whatever, however the fuck. That, first of all, it's a sick beat. All right, don't really care for the words, but the sick beat. All right, he comes out, fucking hat backwards, chewing gum, like, I'm just gonna go to work real quick. Gets in there, boom, knockout. Walks right out, takes his check and his belt home.
Yeah, he's going to his kitchen, man. What the fuck? He's got stuff to do.
Right. He's got to, yeah, exactly. The kitchen. And right now, think about remodeling my kitchen. What? You just retain your title. That's what you're thinking about? Yep. My wife's scary and these motherfuckers. That's why. Like, so I don't know. That's not what he said, but still, right? You know, angry women are scarier than big
you know what, right? I don't know what the name of the fighter is, but we'll go back to this real brief, quick note. But like, you know, the advertisement for the Dana White contender thing.
Yeah.
I don't know which fighter it is, but I just know it's the black guy who turns around and says, you know, the only person I fear is my mom, and I'm not fighting her, so we're good. And I'm like, I want you to win everything. I want you to win every belt. I want you to be a 3-weight division champion. I'm just like, that is the most. I love the fact that it's just like, I will fight anybody. I'm not scared of anyone except my mom.
Dude, 100%. That's exactly how I feel too. I'm not scared of anybody. My mom calls me angry. I'm like, oh shit. Like, and my mom's a tiny lady. All right, she's a small lady. But yeah, but fucking dude, that shit's fucking hilarious now that I think about it. Dude, yeah, who is that kid? Did he win this fight?
I
didn't
don't
watch
know.
any.
I haven't watched all of the fights in full. I've only
Yeah.
been able to catch highlights. I'm going to watch them all tonight, to be honest with you, whilst I'm on NBA.
Okay. Yeah, let me know because I gotta go train tonight. Finally get back into the mats. But
Brother, like a boost.
I'm fucking pumped for that. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Fucking Ngannou, come on, man, fulfill your destiny. And then
You're cheering him on, and you
knocked
know
out.
what's the worst thing? It's like he can't even fight in his home country.
You what?
He can't even fight in his home country.
Where's he from?
France.
He can't fight there?
It's illegal. Is MMA in France?
Fucking pansies.
Yep. And the worst thing is that is it Tom Dinoy or Dino, the fire kid? The guy who's supposed to be like the next fucking big superstar from Europe. He's I think he's a 135er.
Mm-hmm. I heard him.
We spoke about him before.
Did we? Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Point being is he was even saying he's like a model as well, but he was saying that like it's absolutely ridiculous that it's like illegal in France, and he's hoping when the new government comes in that they change the legislation so that the MMA would be legal in France. That
would be, it'd be cool. I just don't know how big the fucking MMA community is in France.
Kickboxing's huge in France.
Oh, you bring in what's his name? Gakinsaki? How's his name?
Yeah.
You bring him on that card, you said.
Turkish guy.
The still European. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
European. Why not?
Yeah. God, you know what's the worst thing in the world? Like, if we turn around and said, oh, like that guy from, that place somewhere in the States, you'd all be like fucking kicking off. You guys always do that with European countries. You're like, yeah, that European country, France, Turkey-esque, fucking Bulgaria.
You know what?
Man, we're like a continent. We're fucking huge. And you guys are like, oh, yeah, that kind of place in Europe, France, Germany place. Like, fuck you, man.
Hey, our president says MAGA, all right? Make America great again. Fuck everybody else. That's literally what he does. No, but
honestly, this is the reason why we all hate you. This is why the world hates you.
I shit you not. I remember from like middle school, elementary to middle school, we got tested on the states and the capitals. Not once did I take a test on European countries or Asian countries or Eastern European countries. None of that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, the education system's kind of fucked here. What can I say?
Honestly, God, whenever I hear like anybody, like Americans, like on podcasts, TV shows, and they're like, oh, do you know that thing? And they'll be on about something from like England or somewhere in Europe, and they're like going, do you know what that place is or what that thing is? And I'm literally going, oh my God, this makes me want to stab you in the fucking throat. Because like, if you asked me some basic things to do with the States, I'd probably know. Nothing extravagant. I'd probably know. But if you go around and fuck it, if you said like, oh, do you know like where the White House is? Come on. But then if I turn around and said to you like, oh, like where's Buckingham Palace? If you turn around and went, I think it might be in Manchester. Fuck you. Like, fuck you and everything you stand for.
No joke. Kirby one time. Oh fuck! Never mind. I'm at the make sure I get this back right. Remember, Kirby was confused on where New Zealand was, right? He was like one of those, New Zealand somewhere in Europe and shit. And he said that shit.
God, that's shit that really bugs me.
Yeah, but he's like New Zealand's in one of those. New Zealand, there's fucking Europeans in New Zealand, right? Obviously, it's nowhere near. It's its own fucking island. It's by itself, right?
There's a continent that's even in between us.
Yeah. So then, what I mean? So he said that, and Andrew Reid, rest in peace. Andrew Reid went off on him, and I was dying because I know New Zealand is, right? And Andy just let him fucking have it. There was like legit like 6 episodes straight of just Andy giving him shit over and over again. If I had the numbers on my top of my head, I would tell you, but I'll have to look them up. But
it breaks me out.
A lot of people here, dude. I mean, fuck. I know one of my friends called an Australian. He's like, oh, Australian. We knew he was Australian. He had said, I'm an Aussie, right? I'm from fuck. No, I'm doing it. No. From the Melbourne. Thank you. I'm from Melbourne and all that stuff.
If you're Australian, then you're if you're an Aussie, you're from Australia.
Right. So he goes, so my friend does this shit. He gives him this fucking line, and I burst out laughing and walked away, and everybody else is just like literally like that face palm shit, right? All at once. And he goes, How far is Melbourne from London?
Oh my!
And this Australian guy looks at him and goes, seriously, mate? And like, very far. Like, you need a plane to get there. and it would still you probably have to refuel at some point. And it was just like, huh? Like, you know, so people don't really give a shit. That's the thing. That's, I mean, you know, that's you know, kind of countrywide here, if we're honest with ourselves. Not everybody, but quite a few people.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Dixon in the chat. We're kind of addressing the things that you were saying in the chat. So like, I hope that's cool with you, and I hope you're enjoying the show as well, dude. Like, because he was asking us about what his thoughts on the Paul the Brock Lesnar stuff, and then what Nowitzki had said as well. So you know, I hope we covered what you was kind of looking for in that bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess just to wrap that up in a nice little bow. I think me personally, I think Brock Lesnar leaving his options open. Like, hey WWE, pay me, or I'm gonna go make the same amount, just like you said, the same amount I make with you guys in 10 or whatever appearances in a year. Make it one night.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of petrol for you across your. Across for you here, so I can see you know, set a light and really come alive for me now.
Okay.
How do you feel about Lonzo Ball getting MVP?
Dog, here's the problem with that. All right,
just let's take it into account. He did very well over the summer league.
Bro, he got 1 triple-double, man.
Yeah, but he averaged a lot. He averaged like a fair bit of points. You know, a fair bit of rebounds and whatnot, and he missed the game. Bear in mind.
Dog, just real quick, whatever. Just real quick, just to clear it up. I would average 40, 20, and 20 against 8th graders too. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Okay, you want to know why? Most people in the summer league, all right, most people in the summer league are not going to even sniff a European or an overseas fucking league. Even they might get to the Chinese league. Yeah, sure, why not? You're tall as shit over there, okay? But you're not touching the NBA court ever. Most of those guys aren't going to make a team. Most of those guys won't make a training camp, okay? It's like in college, people where they see someone like Michael Beasley years ago, number 2 pick to the Miami Heat. It was like, who should be number 1? Michael Beasley or who's the number 1? Derrick Rose. Michael Beasley, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose took his team to the national title. Michael Beasley just averaged like 30 points a fucking game in college, right? People were like, so he went to he went number 2. I'm like, wow, it's a mistake. And people were giving me shit for it. They were like, well, why is it a mistake that Michael Beasley number 2? I'm like, you could have gone almost anybody else at number 2, right? And for the top 5 guys, and done better. And look at Michael Beasley. He's been on like 8 different teams, not even in the league right now. And here's why. When you play in college, you're playing against a couple elite athletes, some athletes that probably play basketball in a city league somewhere near you, all right? And a bunch of regular Joes that don't belong there.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a high-level athlete can score 30 on those guys any day, especially if you go to Kansas State, where you're the only scoring option, okay? So, Lonzo Ball getting here.
You've got to take into account one thing about Lonzo Ball, though. He's not a point scorer.
Not a point scorer. I like his game. And I hate the team he went to. No.
You've got to take into account he's got a lot of points, got a lot of assists, and a lot of rebounds for a player that is purely a passer. Like that's what he is. You know, if anybody ever says to me anything otherwise, they're full of shit. The fact is, he's got a horrible, horrible, horrible jump shot. One of the most weirdest, awkwardest jump shots I've ever seen in my entire life.
His jump shot's number 2 to Sean Marion for me. I'm just saying. But I like Lonzo Ball's game. I hate the fans of the team he went to. I really can't stand Laker fans. All right, because very few of them pay attention. There's a lot of them that are like fucking loyal, hardcore fans. All power to you. But those motherfuckers that jump on the wagon just because they think there's a name. First of all, you got to give Magic Johnson a ton of fucking credit for this, all right? He came out and said, oh, the Lakers are back. Bro, in Summer League? You know what he said? You know what? I guarantee he went back, once he got off that interview, he went to the back, talked to the PR guy, and the PR guy goes, dude, what the fuck are you doing? What do you mean we went back? Why are you putting pressure on us? You know what Magic Johnson said? He goes, most people in LA won't know the difference. Who gives a fuck? Genius. Okay? That being said, Lonzo Ball, look, I like his game. I don't mind his dad. As much as people like shit on that dude, I don't mind his dad because that's just the guy looking out for his son. Hey, exactly. Do you, man. Do you. I'd do the same shit for my kid if I thought it would help him. 100%. Okay? Exactly. That being said, he for sure set him up, and Magic Johnson has now set him up to get total shit from NBA players. Because now you got to go against Kyrie Irving, who's decent defensively. Chris Paul, who when he gets when he's not turning the ball over, he's pretty fucking good defensively.
Same as Russell Westbrook if he's not turning the ball
Westbrook. Oh, dude, Russell Westbrook when he plays this Lonzo Ball kid is gonna make an example of him. Please believe that shit. Yeah, you're gonna come into the MVP's house and choose something and do some triple double. No, son. You're like a year or two, maybe 3 years away from relevancy.
Do you think, though, with that realistic thing now that the Lakers have kind of set a precedent of they're going to do well, they're manifesting success, do you think, though, that we could potentially see somebody like LeBron James leave and go to the Lakers? LeBron
James is a smart man, and he's also getting older. What's the best way to get to the NBA Finals and not have your body be destroyed having to carry a team?
Stay in the Eastern. I get that.
In the East.
I get that. I just think to myself, if he could be a part of this upcoming dynasty and, position himself to do less work by having younger guys run around for him, could that be the way forward?
I mean, look, anything can happen with LeBron James, man. Anything can happen. No one. Look, I was one of the few that thought there was no way he was going back to Cleveland, not to play for Dan Gilbert, who shit on him on the way out, right? But it happened. So you never know. I just don't see it happening. And I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, he's chasing rings, bro. He's trying to get the 6 rings and shit like that.
Why
that's great.
Wouldn't you?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you want more rings?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying like.
Oh, for sure.
Like, why wouldn't you?
No, exactly, right? They're always chasing rings. Here's the problem. Would you go chase a ring with a kid who hasn't even fucking played a year in the NBA yet? Or is a 1-year player, a 2nd-year player in the NBA? Do you really want to be, play den mother to a fucking bunch of young guys in LA? No, you just wouldn't. It's just not. I don't think you would anyway, right? That being said, if it happened, he makes some money. He make a lot of money. He already making money, but that market,
over there.
But that's not 100% necessary anymore because of the internet, really, and TV deals and shit. He's in Cleveland making millions and millions and millions.
Yeah, but that wouldn't it be nice to just live in LA? Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of Cleveland. No offense to Cleveland, but come on, man.
You know what? Here's the thing. The last thing I'll say about it. I don't think he goes to the Lakers. I think he goes back to Miami. I think this is going to happen. I think Melo plays out his contract in New York. I think LeBron takes his early option. Okay? So you go Melo and LeBron to Miami. And then you just got to find a power forward. That's, and you get to go. Because, the Heat just fucking, Chris Bosh is retired, dude. That dude's done. He's not on their payroll anymore, or he's not officially on the cap roll. You know what I mean? You're going to have plenty of room to bring in some big guy. Who knows who's going to be a free agent by then, or who they can trade for, or whatever. You know what I mean? My prediction, he goes back to Miami. But that's just me. Or stays in Cleveland and keeps fighting wars with Kevin Love and fucking, Look, Kyrie Irving's legit. LeBron, Kyrie Irving all day. But Kevin Love isn't the Kevin Love we used to have, or that used to be.
Not at all.
So, yeah. But, what the fuck?
What?
Sorry, apparently Patrick Cummins is fighting this weekend. My question is, why?
Like, you just can't take that deep breath and, like, what are we dealing with right now?
Ooh, hold up. Time out, though. The fight before that, Jimmy Rivera against Thomas Almeida's a legit fucking firefight.
Oh, Thomas Almeida's legit as it fucking comes, though. I feel so sorry for that guy because it's one of those guys that seems to go all out every fight. And when you just think, right, he's going to be the next guy. He's going to be the next guy. And then some roadblock comes in his way and you're like, no, please, make him the top guy.
Who knocked him out again?
The last time. No, didn't he? He got beat by... Or am I thinking somebody else?
Someone knocked him out.
I thought he got choked out by... no, he got knocked out by Cody.
Right. Yeah. Oh, dude, that was okay, I remember that fight. When they made that fight, I was like, no. Wrong time for Thomas. Don't do this to him. Cody can fucking drop bombs. And then he did it. And I was like, God, UFC ruins another one. Motherfucker. But that's a fucking sick fight, though. Rivera Almeida. I just want to see that fight.
The UFC Long Island card.
Sorry, this is weekend. Yeah, this is Saturday night. But honestly, you could almost skip the prelims.
I'm gonna pull up the card now, and we'll do like a fast kind of predictions.
Gotcha. But Rafael Natal against Eric Anders, who is newcomer to the UFC. You giving Rafael Natal a rookie? Come on, Doc. And Sapo's gonna take that shit, I think.
I thought Timothy Johnson was English.
No, he's American. He looks English as fuck.
I thought he was English. My bad.
The mustache tells me he's English, but I mean that's what I thought, right? When you just look at him without knowing he's from the U.S. To me, the mustache would do it.
Yeah, the mustache and the bald head was the one for me. Sherman's fighting Gift King.
Yeah, Sherman against Grabowski. That's Grabowski's the cat that pulled off that fucking. By the way, shout out to Chase Sherman, who's the newest like UFC Twitter guy.
Yeah,
he's fucking good at it. He's not good at it, but he's super active on it.
He's an internet darling, as the WWE fans would like to call it. The wrestling fans would call him an internet darling.
The Vanilla Gorilla. And Grabowski's that cat that pulled off the. He pulled out, what was that choke that he did from the bottom that nobody should be able to do except someone with like long ass arms?
Not the Ezekiel. Or is it? No.
Ezekiel off the bottom.
Yeah, I'm not fucking tripping. I was thinking that was right.
Ezekiel off the bottom and without a gi. What the fuck?
Bad.
I was in Phoenix. I was here in Phoenix, and I was there when it happened. And that's how you can tell who in the crowd fucking trains. Because everyone else was kind of like, oh, whatever. He just tapped, really. Everyone and all the jiu-jitsu guys were like, holy shit! Like, we were all freaking out.
It's like seeing a spinning heel kick. Like that is the same shit.
Yeah.
If you're a striker and somebody hits a spinning wheel kick, you're like, oh my god, same thing, same principle.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a tough fight for Sherman.
I'm gonna go with Sherman because I'm rolling with the hype train. Whoop, whoop.
Fuck it, dude. Sherman all day, knockout.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the first round knockout. I've just got a feling.
Yeah, I think Grabowski's gonna be a little more careful. He's not gonna want to exchange with him too much. I think it'll be a second round knockout, but Sherman's got to stay off his back.
I can't see this next fight going. I think this ends up going to decision. I hope that it goes to Ryan LaFleur because I just can't stand Alex Oliveira.
Yeah, that being said, Alex Oliveira is a bad motherfucker.
I agree. He's also a bad motherfucker when he misses weight. And
yeah. About the 170 fight, right? Did he miss 170?
Yeah, they're 170, both of these guys.
Did he miss 170 though?
Yeah, he missed 170 once because it was against. Who was the last fights that he had his fight against? When it Tim Means? No, it weren't Tim Means. No. Who was it against?
He missed weight against somebody.
Will Brooks.
Oh yeah, and then he beat Will Brooks, and then he acted like a bad shit, right? Like a fucking tough guy.
He was afterwards because Will Brooks was like totally unprofessional. And Will Brooks was on a bit of a streak.
Yeah, he ruined the streak. So, I like Alex Oliveira, man.
Fuck that guy. I'm doing it out of principle. No.
I'm not saying I like him. I'm picking him to win. I know. Whatever, dude.
Fuck these motherfuckers. We'll go to that main card.
All right, got you.
Rivera against Almeida. Who you going with, bro?
Shit.
Both of these guys' records is so sick.
21 and 1. I like Rivera, man.
I'm gonna go Almeida because he has better accuracy and puts out more. You know, he has a better
minute. Yeah, he's got high output. It's just Rivera's very like. I mean, the way I see it, when he fights, it's kind of calculated. So he just waits and it comes in and fucking knocks you out. So, but I'm gonna take Rivera on that one. I don't know by what. I would say knockout.
I'm gonna go with Almeida, and I'm gonna go by. I think I'm gonna go with. I think a decision. I just got a feeling, these fights where you always go, right, this is going to be the knockout fight. I think that they're going to be both very tentative, and I think it ends up being one of those fights where they kind of go in and out of the pocket a lot, and I don't think anybody kind of gets the edge on that. So I'm going to go with Almeida by decision, just based on sometimes with these fights with the guys with the big hands, it always ends up going to decision, even though it'll be a good fight.
Oh yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, the next fight. Can we hand out double L's? No matter who wins, give them both.
You know who's the loser in this fight?
Us.
100% us. All day, every day.
That's gonna be just a whatever fight. Because
you know what this fight is in the world of WWE. This is called the toilet break. This is the toilet break.
Yeah, I was gonna say piss break, but yeah, that works. Toilet break. Yeah, dude. Look, you hope for a knockout. Look. They're both great athletes, but I mean, Beyonce's, when you're watching me, like, I guess. And Patrick Cummins is just like he. I don't know. This fight does nothing for me. I don't know why.
100% looks like Bronson as well.
Charles Bronson against Patrick Cummins, I'd watch if you can get him out of jail.
Jesus Christ. On that note,
or the Charles Bronson from the movie Tom Hardy against Patrick Cummins. Why not?
Yeah, but do you know that Dan Hardy's like 5'6"?
Dan Hardy's 5'6".
He's like 5'6". Yeah, he's tiny. He's like a legit.
What, Tom Hardy?
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
No wonder he looks so fucking buff all the time, dude. I guess it doesn't take very long to fucking put muscles on a 5'6" guy.
And as well, did you notice during the Dark Knight Rising, all the camera angles are shot upwards?
Fucking makes sense. Fucking Tom Cruise, the same thing, dude.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise, I've never thought that Tom Cruise was like 6'4". I always look at him going, he looks kind of small. It looks a little bit tiny. But then I see, like, when I found out that like Tom Hardy was 5'6" or whatever he is, I was like, there's no way this guy's 5'6". And then I looked, I was like, oh my god, like that can't be real. Like he looks so jacked, he looks huge and stuff, and it's like,
yeah, he looks massive. He was playing Bane. Like you'd have to buy that. You'd have to buy that. He's fucking huge. So, Christian Bale's like 5'9" or something like that. So
yeah, that's the kind of bullshit stuff that we have to deal with.
Hollywood people.
Speaking of the smaller fighters, Dennis Bermudez against Darren Elkins.
I constantly pick against Darren Elkins.
Same.
I constantly, mostly out of hope, right? Because you just don't want to see him fucking get punched more retarded sometimes, right? Like. It's just one of those things. It's going to be a
bad moment, isn't there? There's going to be that one moment where like, oh no, not again.
Yeah, I want to pick Bermudez, man. But who did he fight last? That it was just a disappointing thing. Oh, the Jeremy Stevens fight?
Yeah.
Where he looked fucking good until Stevens landed that flying knee and knocked his shit out. Because Bermudez got fucking, like, he got fucking, he got comfortable. And he fucking knocked him out. And it's just like, So, that being said, Darren Elkins is a fucking zombie. He's like the only living zombie or living dead zombie. You know what I'm saying? Still, he's a zombie, right? Like you can hit him with a truck, he won't die. He won't get knocked out. So I'm gonna do it first, and I'm gonna pick Elkins by decision.
Oh, Christ, you know what? Right, I'm gonna go with Dennis Bermudez first round knockout because I just think, how many more shots can this fucking guy take? Like how more? Like your ticket gets punched so many times,
dude. Real quick, how crazy is it that the top 3 fights on this card, all have a guy on there that slurs a lot when they speak, and it doesn't sound natural. For real though.
Oh,
like
Beyonce,
I'm saying Beyonce, Elkins, and Weidman. I mean, look, we can't all just shit on Brendan Schaub all the time, right? For the CTE stupid shit that comes out of his face. Like, no, bro, for sure McGregor's gonna win by knockout, bro. All right. Hey. If you don't think so, lose my number. That shit.
I'm actually going to put money on Conor to win by knockout.
Well, you should. That's a smart fucking play. Because if you bet on Mayweather to win, you're not going to win that much.
Exactly. I've had bets with people like to turn around and say, like, if you're that confident that Floyd's going to win, then you have to put money on with me and put on Floyd to win by knockout. If you've got the balls to put them on.
That's the problem. If you ask me, hey, bet on Mayweather by knockout, I'm going to laugh at you.
You're educated, though.
Exactly. I'm gonna laugh at you and be like, nah, when he wins by decision, I need that money. Like,
yeah, exactly. But that's the thing though. Anybody who's confident and who's like, Floyd's gonna smash him, that's where you go with that. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about those guys. But the point being is I'm gonna go with Bermudez because I think Elkins, I just think that the ticket's gonna get punched this last time, and that's where the lights go out.
What an awful fucking tattoo. Like his wife said, yeah, honey, that's a good idea. And she let him do it.
Who are we talking about here? Because I'm looking at Dennis
Elkins.
Oh, right.
No.
Elkins, right. I thought you was looking at Dennis Bermudez because I was looking and he's got tattoos and I was like, what tattoo are you looking at?
No. He's got the Elkins, and this picture's not updated. That's why Elkins looks extra.
The damage tattoo. The damage tattoo.
The damage on the middle of your fucking chest. Remember when people gave Conor shit for getting a giant fucking gorilla with a fucking crown on it? On his chest and a tiger. Was it a tiger on his fucking
tiger on the stomach? The tiger on his stomach looks shit. The tiger on his stomach looks shit.
I never paid attention long enough. I was too busy laughing when I heard he got a tiger on his fucking stomach. Anyway, but I saw the Elkins one. It says the damage, and I'm like, dude, Why would she let you do? Why would your wife let you do that? Like,
because otherwise she ends up damaged.
oh, I could take it way worse than that, but I'm gonna save that one for later for if he loses. Whatever. I'll give you a preview. If that's the dude that gets on top of that. That's what that chick sees when he gets on top of her. Is the damage right in her face the whole time.
That sounds so much more gross out loud.
It's right. Just the fact you say the damage on it, it gives it a little stink. You're like, ew, why?
That's nasty. But speaking of,
go ahead. I know what's coming.
Chris Weidman against Kelvin Gastelum. I don't know how I feel, because me and you had a little bit of a Twitter exchange, and I actually had people going, "Are you and Eddie really that angry with each other?" I was like, it's fucking tweet, like,
yeah,
people said much more fouler shit to each other.
Oh yeah,
on here, let alone over a fucking tweet. Like,
yeah,
let's go.
Context is a motherfucker online, bro. That's what it is.
Oh man, there should be fonts. There really, truly should be fonts.
Yeah.
On social media, because my god, sarcasm and other things should be used so often.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna let you rant. I'm gonna let you give your little fucking Kelvin Bombay speech, and
look, Kelvin's gonna win this fight
because he looks like me. What? Who said that?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep the Dave joke alive because he's the one that started that shit.
Even though you look like Johnny Hendricks. Yeah, you're saying.
Wow, with the bullshit. Hey, look, I'm Tanner now, motherfucker. Why are you starting shit? Anyway, but Kelvin. First of all, if you go to UFC.com and you look at the pictures, Kelvin Gastelum was like a fucking heavyweight across from fucking Chris Weidman. That might be accurate. They might have taken that picture before we started cutting weight. That being said, look, I'm a big fan of momentum, and Kelvin's got a ridiculous amount of momentum right now. Chris Weidman, so does not. He just does not have any momentum. He's coming off, what, 2 losses now?
2 knee knockouts as well, if you want to be honest.
And then especially that nasty one for Romero, fucking he moved his right fucking eyeball into the left one. It's fucking bad.
Technically, we're talking 3 knee knockouts because he actually got kneed by Romero. He kneed his own knee. He headbutted his own knee, and then he got kneed by fucking Gegard Mousasi.
Yeah, that was pretty. Oh yeah, that was the one where he lifted him up and landed it, and somehow that got called some bullshit. I remember that shit. And now Gegard's not even in the UFC. That Weidman can get his fucking rematch. Yeah. Anyway, look, man, Gastelum's got all this fucking momentum. I don't think you can stop him. Now Weidman is fucking good everywhere, right? But we're seeing this resurgence from Kelvin Gastelum that just, I don't know. Fuck, it's a hard fight to pick. I'm picking Gastelum just because. But 7-inch reach advantage for Chris Weidman.
Say that again, sorry?
7-inch reach advantage for Chris Weidman, I think.
I didn't know that, but he's
got a pretty good and height advantage by like 5 inches or something like that.
Yeah, but to the same extent, though, Kelvin's been fighting against guys that have had bigger size advantages than him, and still been able to maintain.
Who did he beat that was huge?
Well, obviously Vitor's a little bit. Vitor's taller than him for one. Tim Kennedy's taller than him for another.
The Kennedy fight.
Yeah.
The Kennedy fight. Kelvin went in there and just boxed his shit up, right?
Yeah, he punched the piss out of him.
I think we see that again.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm going to shock you here, but I'm going with Gastelum, and the main reason why is because I feel as if his takedown defense and his wrestling is better than Weidman's, and with him being shorter, it's going to give him the advantage also with the wrestling. So that's just an added advantage of being shorter, that his wrestling and his takedown defense will be better. And I think that if anything, we're going to see Kelvin going for the takedowns rather than we're going to go and see Chris. Chris will try and use his reach, but I don't think he has ridiculously good boxing. I think he has quite good striking, but that same extent, I think that Kelvin has the power advantage, and with him coming with those big shots that he throws and that good movement that even for a big guy Kelvin has, I think that Kelvin will get the nod. And it really wouldn't surprise me with the amount of trauma that Chris has suffered in his past few fights, that if we see him get knocked out again.
I won't be surprised either. Here's the thing about, now you made the point about the wrestling. It's going to be, people right now probably losing their minds. Weidman's an All-American. 100%. That being said, go ahead and try to take down someone shorter than you that can wrestle and knows how to get to the stance where you can't take him down. You know what I mean? Gaslam's going to come in like all low and shit. Go ahead and shoot on him. He's going to stuff it, and he's going to catch you with some shit. That being said, the other way around, Gaslam can get under you pretty easily, pretty quick. Exactly. So I think it's, I'm Gaslam right there, and I think it'll be a finish by Gaslam. I think it'll be a TKO at some point. I
agree. Like I say, but the one thing I will say, I call bullshit on your fucking tweets when you turn around and say that he'll get a fucking title shot. Get the fuck out of here with that noise. Get the fuck out of here.
If Kelvin Gaslam gets a title shot, first of all, he's talking about, I think with a win here, I can get a 170 title shot. Bruh. You can't even get to the 170. Why are we talking about 170 title shot? Second of all, fuck it. Why not? Fucking WME to UFC.
If he turns around and gets the next 185 title shot, if he gets the next one, after obviously Whitaker, because Whitaker's the next in the line.
Yeah.
If Kelvin gets the next one, I will smoke weed on this next episode till my eyes are worse than Snoop Dogg's whilst we have a conversation. I will smoke the shit out of them.
Dude. Yeah, all right, fine. It's on, dude. But I don't think he'll get the title shot, don't worry. But
of course he won't.
That being said, well, let's say this. Let's say they come out in the first round and Gaslam lands a ridiculous fucking like uppercut and drops Weidman. All right, he's got eyeballs then, right?
No,
the UFC don't know. The UFC doesn't care. No, the UFC don't care about fair. If the UFC cared about fair, gave a shit about fair, Bisping Romero would have been made a long time ago.
To an extent. I'm still with the same thing. I'm still on the thing of like Giga Mousasi would have got a title shot before Yoel Romero.
And that even more so, right? If it was about being fair, it's not about being fair.
It's not about fair. I think he would, if he'd have stayed, I think he'd have got the title shot
over after Whitaker.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, hey, that's fair. I think that should be the way it goes. I just think it depends on. I mean, and Gegard actually made a really good point about it in one of his press conferences where he told everyone to fuck off and shit. He was talking about maybe I don't tweet enough or I don't do enough Instagram stuff or Facebook stuff and shit. Maybe that's why I haven't got a title shot.
You know who I could see happening and how it plays out? I could genuinely see Yoel Romero facing the winner of this, probably Kelvin. If he fights against Kelvin, it'll be Yoel versus Kelvin for who gets next. Because Yoel is still campaigning for that fight against Bisping.
And he's a fucking genius for doing that. Why? Because if Whitaker for some reason can't make the fight, you still got somebody who can fight.
Exactly.
And you got storylines, you got something to promote, you got see you soon, boy. Remember that imagine that on a promo at the very end of the promo. That Yoel Romero's coming for your ass, whatever. Bisping's been doing this shit. You can throw in there people claiming Bisping's dodging Yoel Romero. Finally the fight is made. And at the very end of the promo, see you soon, boy. I love you, Mike. That shit.
Love you, Mike.
I love you. That shit was fucking. I was laughing my ass off. Everyone else was all confused.
I think he's the weird. You know what? I think the way people go on about Yoel Romero, it just amuses me highly because no matter what anybody says, I will still hold that grudge that he never had a rematch against Jacare.
There should have been a fucking rematch. I was looking forward to the rematch, but
I'll always hold that grudge. People forget that.
Maybe one day. But yeah. Anyway, so I think Kelvin Gaslam takes it on Saturday. But I mean, for a free card, it's not bad. I like the Rivera Almeida fight. I like the Weidman Gaslam fight. I don't mind Bermudez Elkins and the Sherman Grabowski fight. Should be
one of those free cards that'll actually be really entertaining, but nobody sees.
Time out. Didn't Frankie Perez retire?
What?
Frankie Perez, he's like the first fight on the bypass prelims. I thought he retired.
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure he retired. I'm sorry. I know a lot of the obscure guys. You know what I mean? I know a lot of those. I know a lot of the obscure guys.
I don't think he retired. He's only 28.
Yeah, but I thought he retired after he beat Frankie Perez.
No, he is Frankie Perez.
No. Sorry. Whoa, what the fuck? Sam Stout after he beat Sam Stout.
I was like, what? Like Frankie Perez beat himself?
Sorry, dude. You know what it was? They put him in Mortal Kombat and he fought himself. They put him in the game.
He just started beating himself, did he?
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. But yeah, no, because it says here that his last fight was against Matt Diakese.
Oh, okay.
Because he got wrestle fucked, didn't he?
Maybe somebody else that retired after getting it, like their first win in the UFC or their only win in the UFC, and then they said, "Oh, I'm done. I retired, so I won," and they left.
No, because he's had 2 fights and 2 wins, and he had his last one was against Matt Diakese, and that was the Lewis. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name. Oh shit! Sorry about that, guys. Fight pass.
Oh, good.
Abdurakhmedov.
Who?
The guy who fucking Lewis knocked out, Black Beast.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, Matt Diakese wrestled his fucking bollocks off in that fight, and he won by wrestle fuck. So
there you go. Yeah. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm looking on a certain MMA website, and all I see is bullshit after bullshit.
Do I know the said page?
Oh, you for sure do. But all these articles are like, like you could have just said this on Twitter.
Yeah, fair play. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. It's been emotional. We love you guys. Make sure you check us out on social media. We are on iTunes. We are on SoundCloud. So if you haven't been watching this, or if you do want to listen back to this, if you missed any of it, it will be on there. You can watch the episode back when this is processed, and you can catch it all here on here. For the 2 people that are in the chat right now, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you subscribe, like this video. We appreciate all the support. Additional to that, make sure you find us on the Heel Hook on iTunes, SoundCloud, and it's the Heel Hook Show on Twitter. Also, you can catch me on Twitter, Ashley Lamprey. That's ASHLEYLAMPREY. Additional to that, shout out to our sponsors. Starting off with Bane. Bane have just started sending out their rash guards. So if you'd pre-ordered, then they'll be coming soon. And shout out to you guys who've been using the 10% off with the Heel Hook. Whenever you go into that store, bainstore.com, that's BAIN store.com, for rash guards, spats, hoodies, mugs, whatever it is, make sure that you use the Heel Hook for your 10% off.
And of course, as always, Receptra, which, by the way, we don't bullshit, all right? We don't have sponsors that we don't use, all right? And Receptra is fucking legit. For example, said here, I know I talk about, look, all my jiu-jitsu brothers that train, jiu-jitsu and arms brothers, including my friend here, Ash, you know, we've all get injuries all the time, right? I'm coming off a back injury, right? And I've said on this show a long time ago, I injured my elbow because I'm stupid and I didn't tap from an arm bar, so I needed to fucking recover. So I tried out because my boy Ash let me know. I was like, try Receptra. CBD oil helps a lot with recovery and among other things, right? So I got I got one of the Receptra droppers, and I got the topical creams. And it fucking sped up my recovery. Elbow, 100% now. So now that I've been working on my back, of course, Receptra, very helpful people. I got the Pro for the active lifestyle. Helps with recovery, helps with mindset. For a lot of people, like, I know you wake up in the morning and somebody's like, oh, I gotta have my coffee. Great. If you don't want to use coffee, if you don't want to take all that, you know, the sugar and the creams and all that other shit and the caffeine that some people are, you know, can't handle, try some of this right here. Okay. Sharper mind. You get up in the morning, you got to go to the office, got to deal with the boss, he's a douche, whatever, but you still make it to your job and you still get on point. All right. I'm not saying it's going to solve your life problems. I'm saying it's going to help you. All right. I use it. Ash uses it. We both look, I will never tell you to use something that's not going to work. It worked for me. I think it will work for you as well. Of course, they got the health extracts. They got active lifestyle extracts. They got the topical creams. They got the body butter, which I hadn't used until body butter. They gave they when I ordered the other one, they gave me a little sample of it. I actually just used it. I actually like it quite a bit. I'm not much into, you know, making my skin look great, but I look pretty good now, I think. So anyway, of course, if you are in the States, the website is receptivnaturals.com, right? I got that one right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
In the UK, I don't remember that one. What was that one?
Receptivglobal.com.
Yeah, receptivglobal.com. And Ash, the code word is
the Heel Hook.
To get yourself a nice little discount there. Get yourself some Receptra today. This shit works. Try it out. All right. And of course, you can follow them on Twitter at Receptra. I think that's what they're
Yeah, that's
Their,
cool. It's RECEPTRA if you want to follow those guys on there. So, and where can they find you, Eddie? Last but not least.
Find me at Elaw31 on Twitter, at Elaw32 on Twitch, and Elaw7 on fucking Instagram. I'm everywhere with just Elaw, dude. And of course, crossroadsmma.com. Crossroadsmma.com takes you all our podcasts. We have the MMA Advocates on there. We have Snacks, Grabs, previews, post-fight shows, and all that. We're looking at doing one this Saturday night. After the Long Island show, of course, if Kelvin Gastelum wins, I'm going to be the butt of the jokes. If Kelvin Gastelum gets knocked out, I'm going to be the worst butt of the jokes. So, fuck it, just tune in and get a good laugh out of it, all right? And of course, shout out to my team, Jesse, Dave, Fred, motherfucking Kirby, rest in peace, my boy, Andrew Reed. Of course, as always, we remember you forever. And Aaron Robbins. And of course, everyone that watches and listens, and my boy Ash as well.
Sweet, guys. Thank you as always. We love you guys, and peace out.